the past cannot be cured. Monarchs sought to put to death the authors and instigators of war, as their sworn enemies and as dangers to their states. The stone often recoils on the head of the thrower. One man with a head on his shoulders is worth a dozen without. God has given such brave soldiers to this crown that, if they do not frighten our neighbors, at least they prevent us from being frightened by them. I do not choose that my grave should be dug while I am still alive. Brass shines as fair to the ignorant as gold to the goldsmiths. He who placed me in this seat will keep me here. I would rather go to any extreme than suffer anything that is unworthy of my reputation, or of that of my crown. Those who appear the most sanctified are the worst. I would rather be a beggar and single than a queen and married. A clear and innocent conscience fears nothing. There is one thing higher than royalty, and that is religion, which causes us to leave the world, and seek God. My seat has been the seat of kings, and I will have no rascal to succeed me. Let the good service of well-deservers be never rewarded with loss. Let their thanks be such as may encourage more strivers for the light. Princes have big ears which hear far and near. A good face is the best letter of recommendation. Eyes of youth have sharp sight but commonly not so deep as those of elder age. I will never be by violence constrained to do anything. I don't keep a dog and bark myself. This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. I cannot find it in me to fear a man who took 10 years a learning of his alphabet. I will have here but one mistress and no master. Chastity is the ermine of woman's soul. It is monstrous that the feet should direct the head. The true sin against the Holy Ghost is ingratitude. Grief never ends, but it changes. It is a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness nor a lack of faith, it is a price of love. Words are leaves, the substance consists of deeds, which are the true fruits of a good tree. Where might is mixed with wit, there is too good an accord in a government. The end crowneth the work. Where minds differ and opinions swerve, there is scant a friend in that company. A fool too late bewares when all the peril is past. I pray to God that I shall not live 1 hour after I have thought of using deception. The doubt of future foes exiles my present joy. My mortal folk in no ways wish me a greater harm than England's hate, neither should death be less welcome unto me than such a mishap betide me. Hang Irish harpers wherever found. It is true that the world was made in 6 days, but it was by God, to whose power the infirmity of men is not to be compared. If our web is framed with rotten handles, when our loom is well nigh done, our work is new to begin. God send the weaver true prentices again, and let them be denizens. I have no desire to make windows into men's souls. Fear not, we are of the nature of the lion, and cannot descend to the destruction of mice and such small beasts. Young heads take example of the ancient. There is nothing about which I am more anxious than my country, and for its sake, I am willing to die 10 deaths if that be possible. It is good to jest, but not to make a trade of jesting. The name of a successor is like the tolling of my own death bell. If I should say the sweetest speech with the most eloquent tongue that ever was in man, I were not able to express that restless care which I have ever been to govern for the greatest wealth. Though I am not imperial, and though Elizabeth may not deserve it, the Queen of England will easily deserve to have an emperor's son to marry. Who seek 2 strings to 1 bow, they may shoot strong, but never straight. O fortune, how thy restless, wavering state has fraught with cares my troubled wit. He that will forget God, will also forget his benefactors. Be of good cheer, for you will never want, for the bullet was meant for me, though it hit you. I regret the unhappiness of princes who are slaves to forms and fettered by caution. A meal of bread, cheese and beer constitutes the perfect food. I would not open windows into men's souls,